Okay, so let's get right into it. The world is in the middle of an absolute AI gold rush. I mean, a technological revolution is unfolding faster than anything we've ever seen before. But here's the catch. Not everyone's in the race. Some are really at risk of being left in the dust. And today, we're looking at one country in a really strange spot, Australia.
First up, let's just zoom out for a second and get a handle on the sheer scale of this thing. This isn't just about a cool new app on your phone. Now, this is a fundamental rewiring of the entire global economy.
You know, what makes this moment so different is just the incredible speed. Think about past revolutions. The steam engine, the computer, they took decades to roll out. They needed huge physical investments, which kind of acted as a natural brake. But AI? AI is software. It can be sent around the world instantly, plugged into systems we already have for cheap, and that just completely changes the game.
And the stakes? They could not be higher. We are talking about a potential $7 trillion boost to global GDP. That is an unbelievable amount of wealth and productivity that's just up for grabs, and that explains why so many nations are scrambling to get ahead. This isn't just a race for cool tech, it's a race for economic survival.
Okay, so with that huge global picture in mind, let's bring our focus back to Australia. Because when you start looking at the data, a really strange and contradictory story starts to emerge.
And this chart right here, this really gets to the heart of the paradox. Take a look. There's a pretty significant fear of job loss. Almost 40% of people are worried. But that fear isn't actually translating into action. The real-world use of AI and the overall positive feelings about it are both way behind that level of concern. It's a huge disconnect between anxiety and adoption.
And this quote just nails the problem, right? For most of the world, the fear of being left behind is this powerful motivator. It pushes people and companies to learn, to adapt, to integrate these new tools. But in Australia, that same fear seems to be doing the exact opposite.
So here it is, the key difference. Globally, fear of AI acts like a rocket fuel, pushing for faster and faster adoption. But in Australia, that same fear is more like a tormos. It's a Russian word for a brake or a drag. It's paralyzing. The country is feeling all the anxiety about AI's disruptive power, but without getting any of the innovation or forward momentum that should come with it. Which leads to one big question. Why?
So let's dig into that why. To really get what's going on with Australia's unique position, we need to dissect the reasons for this ambivalence. And it turns out it's a mix of economic, cultural, and political factors, all rolled into one.
We can pretty much break it down into these three key areas. We're going to start at the foundation, Australia's economic structure, which, as you'll see, has some pretty unique vulnerabilities.
Now, this right here is a critical piece of the puzzle, the Economic Complexity Index. It basically measures how diverse and sophisticated a country's exports are. So a high rank means you're making complex stuff, like microchips or advanced machinery. Australia, ranking 102nd, well, they're at the other end. It means the economy relies heavily on just exporting raw materials. That makes you a consumer of other countries' innovation, not a creator of your own.
And to put that academic idea in much, much blunter terms, here's how one person on Reddit put it. I know it's harsh, but it really captures this widespread feeling that the economy is built on holes and houses, which leaves it pretty badly equipped to jump on a knowledge-based revolution like AI.
Then you've got to layer a distinct cultural attitude on top of that economic reality. We're not just talking about a lack of excitement here. The research shows there's a genuine public mistrust and fear of AI tools.
These numbers paint a really stark picture. A massive 78% of Australians are worried about negative outcomes from AI. That super high level of concern, combined with one of the lowest AI training rates in the world, tells you this is more than just apathy. It's active skepticism.
And finally, you get to policy, and you see this huge disconnect. Get this, according to Stanford's research, Australia is #1 in the world when it comes to having a national AI strategy. They are fantastic at talking about it, but when it comes to actually passing laws to govern and encourage AI, they rank dead last, 36th out of 36 countries. It's all talk, no action.
Okay, so what do we got? An economy that depends on raw materials, a culture of deep mistrust, and a policy environment of total inaction. What do you think happens when the full force of the AI revolution slams into that unique combination?
Well, the Social Policy Group ran the numbers, and their models project a potential shockwave.
In a scenario where AI adoption suddenly speeds up to global levels, up to a third of the entire Australian workforce could face a period of unemployment by 2030. That's 1 in every 3 workers. And what's so crucial to understand here is that this isn't about automating low-skilled jobs anymore. Just look at the hardest-hit sectors: finance, professional services, admin, media. These are high-income, knowledge-based jobs that we all thought were secure. In these fields, the potential for displacement is over 40%, and in finance, it's a staggering 56%.
So, when you put all these pieces together, the global race, the local paradox, the economic vulnerabilities, and this coming shock, it becomes crystal clear that Australia is facing a fundamental choice about its future. The source material frames this choice perfectly. Is the country going to be a passive subject, just sitting back and absorbing the consequences of tech that's built somewhere else? Or will it become an active actor, shaping its own destiny and using AI to build a more complex and more resilient economy?
For decades, Australia has liked to call itself the clever country, but this technological shift might just be its greatest test yet. The paradox of fearing a technology while failing to embrace it just isn't sustainable. The real question is whether the country can move from fear to empowerment before that choice is made for them.